Evening, I'd like to call the regular scheduled Borough of Parkside Council meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Yep, sorry. Mr. Secretary, would you oblige us with a roll call, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mayor Brandt, absent. President Paul.
Here.
Vice President McCleary.
Here.
Mrs. DiDomenico.
Here.
Mrs. Haynes.
Here.
Mrs. Skrobak.
Here.
Mrs. Sweeney.
Here.
Mr. Sweigart.
Here.
Chief McKeown.
Here.
Mr. Wills.
Here.
Ms. Catania.
Here.
Mrs. DiLorenzo-Roski.
Here.
Ms. Hattie, absent. Ms. Rivera is absent. Ms. Valente is absent. You have your quorum.
Thank you, sir. At this time, the chair will accept a motion to accept the minutes for the special Borough Council meeting for April 1st, 2026.
Make that motion.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Abstain.
opposed?
Abstain.
Thank you. Motion carries. I'd like to, the chair will entertain a motion to accept the meetings from April, Borough Council meeting for April 15th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Thank you, Mr. Sweigart. The chair will entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the special Borough Council meeting for April 27th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'll abstain again. Since I was
Thank you,
out
Mr.
there.
Sweigart. Motion carries. Moving along, Mr. Secretary, do we have any correspondence?
I have two emails, and without getting into a lot of detail, they were in essence emails from residents complaining about other residents. They've been forwarded to code and or the police.
Thank you, sir. At this time, there'll be a call to citizens for agenda-related items only. Hearing none, we will move along. Mr. Platt, do you have your report for us?
Ready to go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the month of April, excluding taxes, the borough received $24,200 in fees for permits, inspections, court costs, and video fees. We are required to send copies of our permits to the county. I've been lax in that. I can tell you that we're current up through the end of April right now. I took care of all that the other day, so the county has all our permits. Ordinances 586 and 587 that were passed earlier in the year have been sent to ECO to be codified. We have the paperwork for the third signature on our bank account for TD Bank. We are supposed to get a new relationship with TD Bank, and I'm waiting to see who that is before I submit the forms. Upside is Nick is off, so right now it's just you and I. Okay. Received notice today that the insurance on our police vehicles and public works equipment is coming up for renewal. Renewal is August the 1st. The paperwork is due back on June the 5th, so I'll be taking a look at that. Last meeting, I talked about records retention. Two of the things I want to look at are our banking information that we're required to keep for 7 years. After that, we can purge it. We don't need to digitize it. We can just get rid of it. And I also want to look at the old right to knows. We're required to keep right to knows for 2 years. Let's get rid of them. I'm just trying to clean up some file space back there. We have old check stubs from 2010 and 2011, and we've got to clean them up, got to get rid of them. But since we're not doing it on a regular basis, it has to be done via a resolution. So between now and the next meeting, I'll draft a resolution. I'll ask our solicitor to take a look at it and put it in front of council. Reminder that the office is closed this Friday and Monday. I'm making it a 4-day weekend. And as always, I want my space back. That's all I have.
Looks like it might be July. Thank you, Mr. Platt.
Enjoy your 4-day weekend.
Don't you worry.
Well deserved.
Thank you for that. Moving along to the president's report, it will be nowhere near as finished as Mr. Platt's report. There was an executive session that was held to review personal issues last month. Just wanted to cover that real quick. I talked to the chief about Ms. Sweeney, Councilwoman Sweeney's question about using like a credit card for things that were kind of outside what would be normally, what you would be expensing. So if we meet up with the chief, or you send a message to the chief, hey, we have a $500 deposit or something we have to do for that, and then we will code it for what the treasurers basically said would work, so nobody's kind of out for that much as far as that goes.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely. I do have the committee appointments. Nothing's really changed. There's just a slight reconnoitering with just moving people around. I'll make that available to everybody via email. Nothing really changed. Perry will take over the finance report and things next month. And then the only other thing is I want to roll MS4 and the recycling into ordinance and grants, because there is, and I forget the number, and I don't mean to do it an injustice. There was a grant years ago that there's something that has to be filled out every year that goes up to the county. Years ago, we did get the leaf back using green waste recycling and all those totals. And I think if that's kind of managed a little bit better, I think we might be able to get that grant as far as a few other things. So if you can help me with that, that would be stellar. We have, perhaps not relevant, but relevant, Memorial Day is coming up. I'd like to see the borough start to engage a little bit more in. We used to do a nice wreath laying. We used to have a few things. And a lot of people have jumped in more with Upland or Brookhaven or things like that. I would like to see Parkside renew its commitment to paying some level of respect to Memorial Day. We may not be able to pull it off for one that's only 5 days away, but with that said, we will collect flags, Mr. Platt, for the next couple days. And if somebody wants to give them to a police officer or something like that, I'll collect them. Monday at the Marine Corps League, I'll be leading a flag retirement ceremony. It'll be after the Upland Parade and things like that. I think it's our 3rd year. It's been a nice turnout. It's respectful. The Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts kind of lead it and do their thing. But I certainly wanted to make sure everybody knew they were invited. What else do we have? The spring cleanup, I'm going to leave to you, Dena, or Ms. Sweeney. Sorry about that.
No problem.
And for that. So with that, I will report general progress, and we'll just keep on moving. I'm going to defer the open space report to Ms. Sweeney when she works on. You want to do that now?
I can do it now.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Ms. Sweeney. We'll go a little bit out of order, but I don't think it's going to cause anybody pain.
Okay. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been going through the woodlot with 3 different tree services. There's a lot of really big logs right near the path that people walk on. So to keep it safe, we want that stuff removed. There's 2 dead trees that need to come down, or else they're going to come down at any time. We had 3 that we needed removed, but 2 days after I walked through with the first tree guy, that came down in a little wind it was no storm, it just came down. That's how dead and dried out these trees are. So with that being said, I would like to accept the bid, or do I have to say I'd make a motion?
Can we discuss it just briefly? Can you say
Sure.
what the bid tabulations were slightly?
Yeah,
And
do you want me to
then
just
that
go
way-
through all 3 bids?
Yeah, we don't have to go crazy with detail, but certainly just give us some footnotes, and then that way it can be the will of council.
Okay.
To pick the one that you recommend.
Yeah, sure. So let me start with the first person who came out. So we got a quote of $12,850 for that. Really, the scope of work is the same in all three bids. That did include the tree that came down because he was the first company to come out. He didn't remove that as I asked him to, and he also added 500 for some debris that they came and cleaned up today. So I decided not to go with them. And then the second people that came through, their bid was $7,000 for basically the same scope of work. And then the third that came through was Monster. They came in at $6,950. I did choose to go with Monster because it was the best price, and this is just something that we need to get done as soon as possible. And I promise everybody I'll stay on top of the work and make sure that it's done in a satisfactory way and safe for everybody to walk the trails. Any questions?
Can you just verify that they do have workman's comp and general liability insurance?
Yes, yes, sir. I got their paperwork right here.
Oh, perfect. We're more than happy if you want to entertain a motion.
All right, so I'd like to entertain a motion to hire Monster to clean up the woodlot and the dead trees at the amount of $6,950.
And that does fall within our $10,000 budget, and we're still midway through the year. So do I have a second on that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Righty. Open space. I will do the finance report, and then if Perry would be so kind to make the motions, that would be fantastic. Treasurer's report to Parkside Borough, date May 14th, meeting May 20th, 2026. All bank accounts are reconciled through April 30th, 2026. We are including the bank reconciliations and statements for all reconciled funds for council's approval. We are also including in this report the monthly transaction reports for the firehouse expenses. The general fund for the month of April, $13,921.84 was deposited in the TD Bank with expenses of $85 that were paid. During this time, $1,172,286.65 of deposits were received into Sharon Bank General Fund, with $174,499.13 of disbursements that were made, including payroll and expenses in the amount of $47,655.59. Year-to-date interest income across all accounts totals $4,460.71. General account TD Bank, $78,626 balance. General account Sharon, $1,239,186.62. General account Pliget, $305,065.49. The rest have been reconciled and have relatively de minimis values. So at this time,
I'd like to make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
do we have a second?
Second.
Are there any questions on that motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Still have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. Motion
Abstain.
carried.
Abstain for paying the bills for Parkside Fire Company.
Okay, thank you. Two abstentions. All right, perfect. Motion still carries. Thank you, Perry. Mr. Sweigart. Recreation report, Minnie DiDomenico.
I'd like to thank everybody that came out Saturday for our family bingo. We didn't have a big turnout, but everybody had fun. There was lots of prizes, nice prizes. I'd like to thank Dena, Judy Sweeney, that's me. Judy Saunders, they were great help. Judy donated baskets that were quite expensive. She did all our centerpieces out of buckets we found in the back here. I'd like to thank the residents for coming out too, but basically the people on the rec committee. Movie night is June 12th at the school. June 6th, I'm sorry. I had the clock down, don't ask me why. June 6th. I'm waiting now for I've been 3 weeks waiting for the Pendelco to say, yes, we can, or no, we can't. Today I spoke to a gentleman that seems like we'll get an answer sooner than later. Then we have 4th of July parade. That'll be done like normal out front here, and the kids decorate their bikes. And that's it, because our next big thing is until September.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. DiDomenico. Moving along to police public safety report, Councilwoman Michelle Skrobak.
Thank you, Mr. President. For public safety report, we received some complaints about some incidents within the school crosswalk. So the chief and I are looking into cameras to place on top of the light poles that are near the crosswalk to kind of help with that.
Okay.
So that's all we have about that. So once we hear back, he did reach out to, our chief reached out to a company, so I was waiting to get some prices and information about that. Moving on to a motion to authorize the Civil Service Commission to create an eligibility list for the position of full-time patrol officer in the Parkside Police Department.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any questions? Motion carries. Thank you.
May I move on to code enforcement?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Mr. Bender sends me reports, and I kind of try to put all of them together. Some are from the end of April, so I think they kind of overlap. So in a few of the two emails that I did receive, had the dates from 4/13 to 4/26, and then I had another one from 5/9 to 5/15. So I'm just gonna read both. So basically, or try to combine both. A total of 15 inspections were completed. 10 properties passed, 4 failed. There were 5 violations. 6 follow-up inspections were conducted, and 6 were all abated. No ongoing investigations, and no unresolved issues. There was a complaint about trash that needs to be removed from one of the properties that he sent an email to all of council, was informed about this one. So he did inform us that everything was cleared of all the trash and debris, and he's moving forward. Moving forward, he states he will be using B&L trash hauler to resolve any following trash and debris issues. And that is all I have for code enforcement.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Was there any traction on the 3100 Edgemont, the gas station?
He said, I don't know if I thought he had a conversation. Did he have a conversation with you, Chief, about anything?
He wasn't ready to move forward with citations. He needs to investigate a little more to see what's going on there. He wants to give them proper notice.
Yeah, I was expecting a phone call from him, but I never received any phone call.
I did mention that
Yeah.
as well, and send him your contact information.
Yeah.
I can always
I
follow up
was
with him again.
I was copied on that email you sent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually spoke to him on the phone. Mr. Bender usually reports to me just about every Saturday. I would say every Saturday I receive a phone call and reports to me on things. And I did tell him to contact you for any more questions, since you had been working on that as well. May I move on to ordinances,
Yes.
resolutions?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So there is a motion to adopt resolution number 1910. Borough Council, Borough of Parkside, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, in due session assembled, did agree and resolve to designate the Sharon Bank, TD Bank, as a depository of borough checking accounts, and the Pennsylvania Local Government Investment Trust as a depository for borough savings accounts. Borough Council wishes to authorize acceptable signatures for these various accounts. So be it Further resolve that any two of the following persons are authorized to sign borough checks and make borough withdrawals. Our secretary, Mr. Platt, council president, Doug Bull, council member, Perry Sweigart, passed and approved by the council of the Borough of Parkside this 20th day of May 2026. I'd like to make a motion to authorize or to designate these bank signers and to pass this.
Second.
Thank you. All approved, or, all approved?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do I have to abstain?
Um,
Who was abstaining? Well, I just wanna make
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
No?
What do you think, Mr. Wills? No.
Okay,
Okay.
won't change anything. Motion carries, thank you.
Mhm. Thank you.
Anything else? Oh, perfect, thank you so much. Moving along to license and inspections report, Councilwoman Sarah Haynes.
Yes. Catania Engineering, Lisa, gave me her report. Parkside Borough permit report for April. 10 permits, 5 building, 3 plumbing, 1 mechanical, 1 electric. Total cost of jobs, $32,205. Total permit fees, $6,976.50. That's it. May I move on to communications?
Please.
Awesome. The website has been running smoothly with Theo. He helps with the Facebook and the Instagram. The newsletter kind of has gotten stale. I'm just gonna be honest, like when I go to pull it up and I just feel a lot of betrayal and emotion, like dealing with all of it. So I need to readjust and center myself and get back into it. Because it's all about the previous administration that was on there. So that's all I have for those 2 things.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, let us know when you want to do one and what you want for that, and it'll work out wonderfully. Thank you for that. Moving along, recycling MS4 report, Councilwoman Dena Sweeney.
Thank you, President Bull. For the trash for the month of April, we had 84.40 tons. And for recycling, we had 15.60 tons. We had some issues with Upland Road. They weren't getting their trash picked up. So between me, Bob, and the people at B&L, they were supposed to have a meeting with their actual trash collectors to find out what the issue was. I don't think we ever heard back on what the issue was.
They picked up yesterday.
They picked up yesterday?
I drove down yesterday on the way home.
Okay,
As near as I can tell, it's easier for them just to skip it on Tuesday and do it on Wednesday when they do brocade. Problem
okay,
with that is that count goes to brocade and not tons.
right.
So I try to explain that to Lou and to Eckler,
Yeah,
Ryan.
Ryan.
So hopefully we go through.
Okay, great. So that's all I have for trash. May I move on to hometown
I have
heroes?
a question first.
Yeah, sure.
Got a couple phone calls, one last week, one this week. Is there any plan to do any electronic recycling in the borough?
I did get a quote for that.
Okay?
There's one that's gonna be happening in media real soon. I think the quote was $1,400 for them to set up here for 2 hours, 3 hours. I just felt like, do we have enough volume that it's worth paying for, or can we just market the other places that are having it close
Do you
by?
know the one in media, when and whether anybody can use it? Do you have to register, or is it on somebody's website somewhere?
I actually just seen it as a Facebook post on one of our Facebook pages, but I can get the information and certainly get that into the borough. Yeah,
All right, thanks.
you're welcome. Anything else?
Can I add a small thing?
Yeah.
We did an electronics waste at one point in time, and it
Mhm.
was good for our totals, for our recycling. It was a little expensive, but we had a small spot in the garage where for like a month prior, we could kind of put TVs and do a few things like that. And since everything's relatively small, if we were to move with something like that in the fall or after Christmas or next year. Maybe we open it up like a month before, just as far as that.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it was like 1,400, and they would bring a truck and a couple of guys, and then just whatever people bring in at that time. But I understand where you're going with that. It would be easier probably to have it stored and just get it in the truck.
Yeah, and we do get recycling credit. That was the only thing I was.
Oh, okay.
So it does help out a little bit. So, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So should I move on to Hometown Heroes?
Please.
So, just gonna report general progress on Hometown Heroes.
I have a question with that. Do you have, forms to fill out to be able to do a hometown hero flag?
We do. Here's the
Okay.
problem. Do you want me to address what the issue is though? Because like, we need five
Right,
flags to go in, or else it's an additional $200 per banner. That's crazy. And then we have banners on the avenue that still need to come down. So I really haven't been marketing it because I knew we weren't gonna get anything done by Memorial Day this year.
right,
So I'm hoping to put things into full swing after we get those banners taken down and
okay,
get some orders in for next year and have a nice ceremony or something.
let me know.
Okay,
I
I
need
sure
to.
will. I have a
I need
couple of
to.
people on my list that are interested,
Yeah, I
so
need to.
we're getting close to 5.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Moving along, we'll do Public Works, property report, Councilman Theo McCleary.
Liquid fuels. I'm working with Lisa on figuring out what we want to do with that money this year. So that planning is ongoing. I'll probably have more of an update next month. And then as far as the building update, I'll let Lisa speak on that when we get to her. So I'll just report general progress. And junior council, same general progress.
Do you think they'll be taking a break for like the whole summer?
Probably.
I would anticipate
Oh, yeah.
that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably almost finished school now, so.
I was just saying, do any of them graduate or we have to fill their spot?
No, I think they're all juniors.
A question, the liquid fuels, can that be used to purchase that damaged pedestrian light on Edgemont Avenue?
I think we need to call Marjorie and make sure
Okay,
before.
just a thought, yeah.
Yeah,
I know we got the quote for it, so.
right. I just need to make sure that's municipal service. Well, it's not Marjorie anymore, it's Ed. Marjorie is now the manager of the whole municipal services department, so there's a replacement for her. No. Ed.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Moving along, we will have, Chief, do you have the crime report?
I do. Please, this is the crime report for April. Crimes reported in April, we have 13. We have 1 theft, 2 assaults, 2 property damage. There's 2 cases of fraud, 1 weapons offenses, 1 shots fired, 1 call for harassment, 2 noise complaints, and 1 call for indecent exposure. Calls for service for the month of April were 255. Most prevalent, we had building checks and area checks, that was 63. We have 13 medical calls, 6 domestics, 7 suspicious conditions, and we have 9 criminal investigations. For traffic, we have 3 accidents, 76 motor vehicle stops, 53 citations, and 42 warnings. Then just a couple notes here. Yesterday, our officers recertified the first aid and CPR. We want to thank Parkside Fire Company for allowing us to use their training room. Construction on the police department for the water damage is going to start June 1st. I've been working with contractors. We have to get them some clearances so they can have unescorted access in the police department. So we're on schedule for June 1st to start that project. I want to thank the Borough Secretary for working with us on various projects to help improve the efficiency of our operations. He's taken on a couple things and he's doing well. I've been working with the code department. We've got him on our records management system. He's got to do a couple trainings, and once he's done, we can get him really up and running. And that's going to be really beneficial when we get reports for code violations. Our officers can take the report and simply forward it to him, and it'll be in his inbox. We did have one of the keyless entries installed on our police door. There was 4 ordered. He installed one. He was here for 4 hours and was having issues with it. So he got one done. He's going to come back and finish. And he had to order a couple different ones. I'm working with the borough's cleaning service to get her the clearances as well. For a long time, she's had access to the police department, but hasn't had the proper clearances to do it by herself. So I'm working with her to get those clearances done. And lastly, we were again invited to the National Night Out in Brookhaven. Their chief reached out and asked if we were interested. So we do plan to attend that. He doesn't have the details yet, but he wanted to gauge our interest. So when I have the information, I'll share it with you guys.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Sure.
We did that last year.
Yep.
And when we were going into the building to get pizza, their recreation person came out and said, you need to pay into this if you're going to be partnering with us.
Yeah, he was out of line.
Okay.
Yep.
Do they have a date?
No, yeah, he was just inquiring if we were interested. So when I have that, I'll share that.
Typically, it's the first week of August.
Okay.
I assume it'll probably be the first.
Yeah, he's gonna
week
get the
of
flyer
August,
out
so that's
shortly.
Fantastic report, Chief. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to move to the tax collector's report. Fritze.
How's everybody doing tonight? Treasurer has received a total of $1,422,960.59 to date. And there was $14,299.71 in revenue deposits from April 12th, 2026 to May 13th, 2026. And a little extra here, as the face period is coming to a close at the end of the month, which is May 31st. The total number of outstanding payments for the collection of property taxes and trash fee at the date of this report stands at 62 properties left. Thank you.
Anthony, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
How long does it take to get a resident a receipt for their payment?
When they,
One resident asked me if he's going to get a receipt.
usually when, if they mail me a tax payment, they usually have a self-addressed stamp envelope.
Right, he sent it, he
Okay.
didn't get anything back.
When did he send out the payment?
I don't know the date exactly, but it was a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, I can look into it. Do you have the guy's name or?
I do, I will forward that to you.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll look at my records and
All
I'll
right.
get back to you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Moving along to the fire marshal report, Mike Davis.
General progress and no fires. Couple of phone,
Appreciate that.
no fires.
Appreciate that.
Couple of phone calls about fire extinguishers from residents. Thankfully, Bob passed on my number and I took a couple calls. I explained to the resident, one man was blind and he was a very nice guy. We spent time, but he had a relative. If you take the canister and turn it upside down, there's a date stamp on the bottom of the extinguisher. 10 years. After 10 years, bring them here. I'll collect them. I'll discharge them. We'll trash them. Home Depot, Amazon. You can usually get 2 10-pound ABC for about $40. It's well worth it. But those were some of the just telephone calls I took. I haven't been called out to respond to anything in town. And I do a tour every Saturday or Sunday or when it's convenient.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Hopefully it's uneventful over the holiday week.
Don't do that to me. Do not do that to me.
I am chasing nobody.
I don't live like that.
This is a place of business. There's no chasing. So, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a report from Lee? I do not. No. A report general progress form. Moving along to the engineer's report, Ms. Catania.
Thank you, Mr. President. First thing that I wanted to mention is we're working on the RFP, the request for proposal for Woodlot. I just want to remind everybody that what part of that is that there will be an arborist and landscape architect who will need to go out to the site, determine an inventory of the trees, the conditions of the trees. That's part of that plan that we have the grant money for. And then the final will be any recommendations and a concept plan for improvement to the park. So we'll be replanting and any other amenities that are non-structural because it's deed restricted from putting any buildings or
Right.
pavilions on it. But just so everybody's aware, we have some new members. I want to make sure that everybody understands. I don't want you spending money that may not be beneficial in the end. I mean, I certainly understand that. I have two trees down on the way here just to get here from Ridley. So, and they need to come down before we do have an accident.
Right.
The helical piles, what I'm told is that he is holding off, he's finishing a job. He's not sure with the rain, but he's planning on starting the first week of June. So he'll be working outside. Your contract will be working inside. So that's good.
Reserve some parking.
I'm sorry?
I have to reserve some parking.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, I was gonna say, well, maybe school's not working full, but it's too early in the season. School's gonna be full days. Just wanted to mention that we have absolutely nothing on Edgemont Avenue as far as the Saldo plans. I haven't reached out to the owner, figuring that we would be sending that citation out. But the last I heard from the consultant was that they're working on it. I don't know what that means because they've been working on it for 3 months now. The DEP reached out and they want to do a inspection for the MS4 program through town. They'll check to see what the PRP, whether it was approved, which it was back in 2019. Any improvements that we've done, what projects we're looking at doing. We just had one in one of my other municipalities. That's how I know what they're going to be looking for. So we haven't set that date yet. I don't know if anyone has a need to attend. I probably will not attend. It will probably be Kristen Chorney from my office who actually wrote the PRP. It's a for that MS4 program. So just wanted to mention that. I saw Marjorie and Ed and Mike Byrne, who is the maintenance for District 6 Delaware County, and asked if anybody had any idea when Edgemont Avenue was going to get paved. And I have been told that it will be the fall of this year. So, because I brought up that Upland Avenue is actually slated to be paved under the road program, PennDOT road program. So I'm assuming that it'll be done at the same time. Okay, so I'll just torment them every once in a while and see where we can get with that. I believe that's everything that I have. We're still waiting on LSAs. We won't hear from those and the 2026 LSA until September. Community development block grants typically are the end of May, early June. So I wouldn't be surprised that we'll see a preliminary list of community development, or not a preliminary list, the final list of the grant. And I haven't seen, unless I missed an email somewhere, I've not seen the executed agreement for the fire, or for the fire apparatus, wrong municipality, for the ambulance as of yet. once we have that project that gets started, but I haven't seen anything on that yet. Did you?
Well, which, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you
You
said.
execute a contract from the state for the agreement
For,
for the ambulance.
oh, no, I haven't seen anything final.
Yeah, I know the mayor signed it and you signed it, and then it had to go to the state, but I haven't seen anything from the analysts. We got the one for the greenways, trails, and recreation.
I'll check tomorrow.
Anyway,
Just make sure.
I'll check with I think Jared is the analyst there. And I believe that's all I have. Oh, I did want to mention too, that there are grants that Mr. Bull was referring to. One's a 902 grant, the other is a 904 grant, and based on your recycling, now don't get all excited because it's probably like $800 that you get back, but and it takes about 2 years to get the money from the state. But the reality is that when you provide the report to DEP, they will reimburse you some of the funds from the recycling account. So it's not a whole lot of money, but it's still money that you can recoup. The other grant is for programs. For example, when we first started recycling here, we put in the grant and received monies to buy containers. And there's educational programs that you can do as part of that grant application. So there's a whole lot of things that could be done if we continue this. But I just wanted to mention that because it's out there. I hadn't been doing it for quite a few years. I did the annual report, but I haven't done it in, gosh, probably 10 years, maybe longer.
I used to take it up to Rose Street Park.
Yeah, and then she would do it.
No, I'd fill it out.
Oh, you would fill it out?
Yeah, I filled it out. That was
We
my-
did get an email about that.
Yeah. Every year I filled it out and I made the
Yeah.
pilgrimage out to Rose Street Park.
It's out there, so,
That's what I told Michelle.
okay.
Mr.
Now, Michelle's.
I'll try it.
Mrs. Skrobak has enough on her plate, I guess. That's all I have unless anyone has any other questions.
Thank you, Ms. Catania. The only thing is I would like to put the two contractors in touch with one another because one's gonna be, it would be silly for one to start doing foundational work in the ceiling and the other one to be lifting up the floor at the same time. So if we can put those two together so it's not funny, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, we had talked about that probably 3 weeks ago or so.
Yes, yeah. We can start, you had said we can start the interior work, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll have them touch base.
The only thing that we talked about is where the floors meet the
Yeah.
existing. Like, as they put the helical pile in, they're gonna pull that up.
Okay.
So you're gonna have a deviation of, need them starting that at that area.
Okay, and how long do you anticipate that project taking?
Um,
Does it make more sense for us to hold off?
It's about a week.
Okay.
I'll have a better, Tony was trying to get a better date, but he said it was the week of June the 1st.
Okay.
Okay. Hope maybe it'll even be this coming week,
That'd be awesome.
so we'll see. But that was his best guess because of the rains that they were expecting.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Moving along to the solicitor's report, Solicitor Wills.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The May 20th Solicitor's Report is as follows. Number one, delinquent 2025 trash fee accounts. Since our last April meeting, the borough has received one payment from the property owner at 246 East Roland Road, totaling $1,009.14. Again, that payment includes court costs, attorney's fees, and interest. Number two, 20 West Roland Road. The borough has received notice that this property will be subject to a sheriff's sale on July 17th as a result of a mortgage foreclosure. My office has advised the sheriff's office of all outstanding trash fee and municipal liens on this particular property, again, so that these costs may be recovered at the time of the sheriff's sale. Number 3, the Borough Council special meeting of April the 27th of 2026. Again, if everyone shall recall, Borough Council held a special meeting on that date to fill a vacancy in the office of Borough Council member. My office drafted and prepared the necessary meeting agenda action items for council's consideration, the affidavit of residency for the successful candidate, the resolution adopted by council filling the vacancy, and the legal publication properly advertising the meeting in compliance with the Pennsylvania Sunshine Law. Number 4, the new zoning hearing board application. Last month, Borough Council adopted a resolution amending the zoning hearing board application fee schedule for properties both in the residential and commercial zone. My office has revised the Borough Zoning Hearing Board application form to reflect the new fee schedule. And said application has been forwarded to the Borough Secretary for distribution for all future petitioners. Number 4, the recent resignation of a full-time police officer. Again, full-time police officer Mark Townsend has submitted a letter of resignation from our police department effective June the 5th of 2026 in order for him to pursue other professional opportunities. As you may know, Mark is a longtime resident of Parkside Borough and a graduate of Sun Valley High School. On behalf of Borough Council, I wish to thank Officer Townsend for his years of dedicated service to the police department and wish him all the best in his future endeavors. Number 6, zoning hearing board application for 2601 Edgemont Avenue. Again, if the council shall recall, back on March the 3rd of 2026, the property owner has filed a zoning permit application with the borough to utilize the first floor of a commercial storefront in the borough's commercial business district for 3 separate residential apartment units. The application was denied by the borough's building code official because apartments in the C2 zoning district do not permit residential apartments on the first floor of a commercial building. The property owner subsequently filed an application for a use variance and a parking variance with the zoning hearing board. Now, the proposed multi-residential use and conversion is contrary to the borough zoning code as well as the borough's comprehensive master plan, which provides for commercial business uses that serve the needs of the community to operate along the Edgemont Avenue business corridor. In addition thereto, there is insufficient off-street parking to accommodate 3 residential dwelling units, which would require up to 6 additional motor vehicles. I, of course, appeared at the zoning hearing board meeting on May the 6th, and Ms. Catania, as our engineer and building code official, was also there to oppose this application. Again, that meeting has been continued to June the 16th to elicit further testimony and evidence from the parties. And with that, Mr. President, I can report general progress.
Thank you, Solicitor Wills. Appreciate that. No, there was one since I was on county council. Okay, the comprehensive plan, sorry, I was just trying to figure out, because we adopted one and I think we paid like $30,000 for it since I've been on council, so we'll have to find it. But there was a comprehensive plan done years ago that kept things in place. Yeah, I know it, I
I'll
know
send
it
it to
exists. Thank you, sir.
I have a copy of that as well.
Okay, perfect. At this time, I'd like to move along to the call to citizens for non-agenda related items.
Excuse me, Mr. Platt, I'm going to hand this for everybody within council to peruse while I discuss what I'm complaining about.
Okay.
My name is Robert Germanovich. I live at 105 East Elbun, and I am here about repeated violations of the parking codes within the borough, despite police officers' intentions to go and instruct them against what they were doing. One specific nuisance business is Elba's on Edgemont Avenue at the west side of Elbon Road. Every single day, not once, at least twice, that I depart my street, Elbon on the east side, egressing onto Edgemont Avenue, at least twice every single day for the past 2 years, there is a different vehicle parked all the way on the sidewalk on either the Edgemont Avenue side facing south or on the side of West Elbon on the sidewalk up to the door of Elba's side door to their business. I have several photos spanning back to 2024 of their repeated ignorance of the code, and the code is written at the top of each page. The first 6 pages address that issue. The last 2 pages address a more recent issue that I only know happened once, wherein a resident in the borough took 2 vehicles that exceed the unladen weight of 10,000 pounds and parked them across from one another on Crozier Street overnight. And some people made some upheaval about it on social media and were asked to let it go by a council member because that person is allegedly a good guy. I'm kind of averse to one being referred to as a good guy if they break the same law twice on the same day.
He also chose for, police department.
Continue.
So anyway, what I saw in that photo on the last 2 photos is a violation of code 176-5. No overnight parking of certain vehicles prohibited. Vehicles with an unladen weight exceeding 10,000 pounds. According to ChatGPT, as I researched today, flatbed tow trucks all exceed 10,000 pounds empty or unloaded. Now, the first 6 photos referring to the business of Elba's speak to parking codes 176-4, J, K, and N in Parkside Borough Code. No motor vehicles shall be permitted to park at any time in a no parking zone in a manner that obstructs a sidewalk or crosswalk and on the sidewalk or curb. Anyway, the documentation is those photos, and a couple of the photos there are direct screen caps of the dates the photos were taken to create, so I could illustrate that this is a pattern that is extended greater than 2 years.
If I may.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Chief. I'm sorry, I was all right, go ahead, Chief.
The parking issue on Crozier Street has been addressed. It's my understanding those vehicles are no longer there, and they will no longer be parked there in the future. The issue with the parking on Elba's on West Elbon, that it absolutely is an ongoing issue. What I would say is when you see these things, call us.
I mean, I don't want to call you every single day, but I see it twice a day. If I am leaving Elbon, I'm seeing it.
Address it is if we know about it. So
Okay.
we don't always see it. When we do, we address it. But if you see it, you're seeing it this often.
There's actually a picture of a white pickup truck with a lot of tool equipment in the back. And when I took his photo, he chased my vehicle into Brookhaven.
Okay. Yeah, so instead of taking a picture, just call 911.
Okay.
That's the best way we can handle it. Unfortunately, this is well past when we can handle it. So call in the moment so we can address the issue.
Understood. Like I said, I've spoken to you about it in passing. And like I said, because there's a continued pattern extending past 2 years, I've documented it for 2 years.
Yeah, unless we have an officer dedicated to that intersection,
Right.
It's going to keep happening.
I mean, today I saw tree surgery trucks on my security cameras whipping down Elbon Road the wrong way on the East Elbon 100 block where I reside. And I wasn't home. I just got the alert on my phone that there's a car in front of my house. But I mean, like I said, that was not part of this because this I've been developing for 2 years. And thank you for your time, council members.
Thank you.
Chief, can we just do, I don't know, maybe 1 week, slate target? Let's go around.
Yeah, but, my officers already do. We do a targeted enforcement on each side of the borough during day shift. So we'll make sure that.
And the warnings are wonderful.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yeah, when I say
we don't
targeted
have to penalize
enforcement, we're just
people
making
that
sure
live
that we're
here.
out there and we're being visible and stop the cars that are violating.
Thank you
It's the worst folder. I'm sorry. They keep sliding out.
Thank you so
Theo was
much.
just trying to push them back into the clamp.
Anybody else?
Did not work out well.
I think this is non-agenda, I'm not sure, but the Woodlot Park, those are 3 companies that you took around.
Yes.
I just want to mention I'm not really like an expert, but have they ever asked about the vines, like the ivy that's growing on the trees and it kind of like choking them?
We all did talk about that.
Okay.
It would cost a lot of money to go and take them vines off of the trees. When I could probably go back there and clip the bottoms of them myself,
Yeah.
which I plan on doing, and a few other people want to help me out with that.
Because I think because I always thought it would be more cost effective to do that than taking the whole tree down.
We're not taking trees down, they're dead.
Okay.
They're already gone, they're already dead. So,
Yeah, that's why I wanted to mention, like the vines are like,
but around where you live,
yeah.
that curve there, we're also pruning some of the trees that there's dead, heavy limbs that are hanging over the street. So I have them in the scope of work to be done as well. There's a tree right next to the house there. That looks fine for now. There's also some poison ivy in the area, so be careful when your daughters are playing around there.
Now that's all I wanted to ask, because I know I did some research on the vines, and from what I understand, like it can add extra weight to these trees, or it can like, smother them in terms of like, getting the proper nutrients or water to the trees. And over time it can slowly, kill the tree.
Yeah.
So that's my worry. It's like over time the tree's slowly dying, it gets weak, and then, it just takes a couple good storms to, so just
You
want
can do that
to.
to a healthy tree too, though, if the winds are strong enough.
Oh, yeah. But that's what I was wanting to bring up with those vines, but I appreciate your work and your dedication, helping to make the Woodlot a much safer place.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Moving along to any council have old business, anything to review?
Can I just say one thing?
Absolutely.
I talked to Minnie about Delco's 250th celebration. I filled out the paperwork for that and sent it in. I have to do a survey for that as well, and they're gonna send a flag. And so what they're suggesting is that we do like a flag raising ceremony on the 4th of July, either before or after our parade. Is that something you're in?
Oh,
Okay. That's all. I'll get the survey done and they'll send a free flag.
And moving along to new business, it is the 250th anniversary, and I might be sentimental to it because I lived in Washington, D.C. when I was 6 years old, and they did the bicentennial, but it's something the kids are going to remember, and they could very well remember it for almost a century. So if there's anything that we can do as a council or as a community or anything like that to kind of keep a little bit of some things, we've gotten all very stuck in our bubbles from algorithms and things like that, but this is a great country and it's celebrating a meaningful birthday. So if there's anything that the community wants to do, council wants to do, I support it entirely. So does anybody else have any new business?
Yes, my daughter Riley, she's behind the camera. Theo had to move from the camera to over here, and when that transition happened, I asked Nick. I said Riley would do it for pocket money. Nick said she'd have $20 a meeting from petty cash. So she hasn't gotten paid in like 4 meetings because I haven't brought it up like officially to you guys so we can talk about it. So I just wanted to bring that up and talk about it so it's transparent.
That's going to have to be paid by the company that takes care of that. So we already discussed that she should get paid, but we can't just do even if it seems like a de minimis amount of money, month after month or things like that, it's not ideal. But she certainly can be paid by the company that is being paid to video our meetings and take care of that. So it was already discussed, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sounds
that's the
good.
plan. I just owe Bob an invoice. I usually submit it quarterly, so that's how
Yeah.
we just get paid every 3 months. I own an invoice for the first quarter. So once I submit it, I'll reimburse.
sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else? Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
So moved. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all your diligence and hard